Right. Hello, Antonello, Anna, Gail. Well, you're all coming in now. Yeah. Well, I was in the pub and streaming. I was in the pub streaming live music. Hello, Michael. That's Mick. That's Mick Dundee to like the island. Mick Dundee. Hey, and Liz. Hello. And I know I don't come on very often now because I just can't be bothered. I really cannot be bothered. And sometimes things really piss me off. You know, things really do piss me off. And then I have to go live. Ugh, the fucking government. The fucking government today. Eh? So let's get back on. Oh, I am on the stream yards. That's Facebook. Yeah, like I say, this is why I go on StreamYard so I can show you what I mean. But like, oh, you all watch the news, don't you? This country, you know, with the nurses strike and this strike and that strike, and the politicians, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. Well, I'll give you a simple, I'll just give you a simple explanation, right? We go on about the NHS, right? For years, which it has for years, the NHS has always been struggling. Why? Why has the NHS always been struggling? Because there's been that many fucking people smuggled into this fucking country. There's been that many fucking people that the government has invited into this country. You know, I don't know if you all can remember the last strike they had. We ain't got enough nurses. We ain't got enough doctors. We'll import them in. So they've imported them in. They brought the fucking families in. They brought the fucking grandparents in, to the fucking cousins, to everybody else. So for one doctor, there's been about fucking 20 of them. No wonder why the fucking nurses and the fucking doctors are struggling, you know. And who's British, obviously, like me? I'm reserved. If I go to a doctor, I have to be ill. I really do have to be ill if I go to the doctor. These foreigners, we don't want to go to the doctor. We'll go straight to the fucking, like, the hospital. Fuck the fucking doctor. Fuck the doctor don't know what he's on about. We'll go straight to the hospital. And then they wonder why this country is in a fucking crisis. Well, it don't take a fucking brain of Einstein, does it? It don't take a fucking brain of Einstein to realise why this fucking country, you know, because we import that many foreigners, we have this many foreigners, we have that fucking many followers, and they can't wait to, well, we'll fuck the doctors, we'll go straight to the NHS, you know, and we can't. But I am going on strike. I've been on strike. I've been to the pub. And this is why I go to the pub. I can't take what they tell us. You know, you got kids start having the latest one, where they've brought out Sky News. That we are the trusted news. You know, don't believe anybody else but believe us. A bit like the BBC and ITV. You know, the news. You won't know the fucking news if it smacked them over the head with a fucking kipper, would they? Eh? But Sky is saying now we are the trusted news and we're going to publish everything that the politicians owns. Fair dues, they did. Look at me. Can't you tell it's fucking cold in my flat? Oh, cold, I'm fucking freezing. Hey. I had to take my 1-year-old to A&E just before, yeah. And why was it a 12-hour wait? Because you got these fucking foreigners that are smuggled into the fucking country. And even the ones that are not smuggled into the country, that come over here legally. And I used to work with them. And then, like, they used to say to me, like, oh, I've got a cough. I'm going to the hospital. I mean, you can't go to the hospital with a fucking cough. You go to the doctor. Oh, no, the doctor won't see me. But the hospital will see me straight away. And that's why you have to wait 12 hours, because people like that are selfish. You know, you can say what you like about foreigners. I have got some very good friends that are foreigners. But the cunts, when it comes to like hospitals or whatever, it's like they're not going to wait at the doctors. They're going to go straight to the hospital because they get seen better. You know, but half of them are my friends, and I try to educate them. And they'll argue with me and say, yeah, but I can get to see a doctor, which is true. They can get, but poor you with your daughter for 12 hours, you know. I don't know what this fucking country's coming to. What's that? My friend had to go in last week. What's that? Step 48 hours before she was given antibiotics. You see, I don't go to the doctors. I am nearly 63. And to all you young ones, I'm an old cunt. Yeah, I'm an old cunt. Look at that old cunt. Yeah, I'm an old cunt, but I'm full of health. Thank God, because I wear cardigans. Look at my cardigan. Oh, it's so nice and fluffy and fairy. What's that? It is also bed blocking here in Gloucester. Well, I'll tell you what. I've had a really bad, I did have a really bad Christmas. I blacked my eye, well, not this one, this one. I blacked my eye here. I fell over. I come out of a pub. I was pissed, was I pissed? I fell over. I hit my head. I did all that iron just here and or here, my cheekbone, and I haven't seen Lindsay and John. I ain't got. I didn't have the heart to tell them what I'd done. But like, it pisses me off when governments, they make out it's our fault and they don't take no responsibility, do they? They don't. I've heard of that new party. Is it Reform UK? Eh? Reform. Is it Richard Trice? Well, I hope he makes it. I really do. I've been looking into it, and it's like everything else, right? If that party gets so many people involved, What are the three biggest parties going to do? They're going to slag him off. They're going to call him a racist. They're going to call him this. They're going to call him that. You know, it's like Nigel Farage when he kept going on about the EU system, and he proved it. And like today, if you look on YouTube, it's all in dismay now because of the corruption and whatever. But Nigel Farage, he said that years ago. And what did they do? They slagged him off. It's like Tommy Robinson. All right. I thought, me personally, I did think he was a racist. You know. But that's just my opinion. But did I like him for what he says? Yeah, I do. I did like him for it because he told the truth. You know, the shit they come out with nowadays and give us what they give us. But if you stand up to them, it's all they're going to do is slag you off, like do what they did to Tommy Robinson, put you in prison. If you slag the BBC off, you know you'll be a bit like Alex Belfield. You'll get in prison. And I wondered about that, and I really did think about that. Why would they put Alex Belfield in prison over the fucking BBC? And then they made him out to be a stalker. A fucking stalker. I'm an internet stalker. How the fuck do you get an internet stalker? I'm stalking you over the internet. No, I'm watching you. This is truth. I'm watching you. And what I don't like, I'm going to talk about you like I do with John Sixth Sense, Gobs of Britain, who's the other one? Paranormal Uncovered, Proving Demons. See, I can't talk about him anymore. I cannot talk about him anymore because I'm going to be an internet stalker. If I watch their videos and I comment, and if it's right or wrong, I don't know, but I'm going to be an internet stalker. So I can get done now because he got done, didn't he, for the BBC? He was slagging off the BBC and a few people, Katie Hopkins, you know. You just can't say anything. Oh, Katie. And I watched there the other day, the Katie's arm, she calls it now. Eh? I just called out getting pissed. You remember me when I got my bottle out and I got pissed with my drink? Now you got Katie Hopkins. Oh, Katie's arms. They're all doing it now. They all. Do they just take a look at me and thought, yeah, that's a fucking good idea? Right, so where was it? It's also bed blocking here in Gloucestershire, Royal. But it is, I tell you, right, this government, or any fucking government, any government, they don't want to say the truth, right? The more people that are smuggled into this fucking country, it's going to put the NHS at like a peak where they can't help me because you know they can't, and the government can't say it's because of illegal immigrants. Why? Because the do-gooders. Yes, I'm a do-gooder, and you can't say this. But they never put them up in their fucking asses, do they? All these do-gooders don't say, oh, come to my house, I'll get you a doctor. I'll get you this, I'll get you that. Eh? But the government can't say that because they have to be like political correct, don't they? We don't have to. You know, like me, I could be in prison for what I say. Well, if they want to put me in prison, fuck them. At least I get 3 meals a fucking day, bed and breakfast, and I only get 1 meal a day at the moment. So they want to put me in fucking prison. I get 3 bed, 3 board, and I don't have to fucking work for a living. So put me in prison. Eh? I quite enjoy that. The only thing I would miss is a beer. And apparently you can get that in there, can't you? They make their own made hooch. So like I'll be all right, would I? But it pisses me off when the government go on about the health service and why it's overstretched. And the reason it's overstretched is because like everything. People come over here illegally. People come over here because the government brings them over here. This country is overstretched with foreigners. Now, it's not because I'm a racist I go like that. This is the truth. We have got that many fucking foreigners over here. It's just unbelievable. I was going to make a video earlier on. Let's see if I can. You're all right, because I ain't done it for a long time. I don't know how to set it up now. Stock cam, settings, preset, invite, leave studio. No. If I go wrong, you'll have to excuse me. What's this one? Let me go here. Because I was making a video. I've not made it yet.
Transparency is a good thing. I think that you've obviously pulled together a lot of information there, made it publicly available. I think it was all in the public domain because it's all been declared according to, we've got strong rules, as you know. I think we've got some of the strongest.
That's Keir Starmer going on about like, because they've all Sky News did this like app where every politician now, and they found out how much they earn. All these politicians, it came out with like Theresa May was earning 2 million quid a year. 2 million quid a year. She ain't got to struggle with a gas bill, is she? Boris Johnson, before, or when he was Prime Minister, and then he got kicked out, didn't he? He's earning over 1 million a year. And it's all here. Like I said, I can show you. But I've forgotten how to do it. Where are I? No, that's not it. I don't know. Oh yeah, it's here.
Rules in terms of what we have to declare, but you know, the more transparency the better, so everybody can see exactly what has been declared and ask whatever questions they want about. But look, do I think the rules should be stricter? Yes, I do. Do I think it's very good that it's transparent? Yes, I do. Do I encourage the House to come together? Because in the end, it's not a party political matter. It's got to be the whole of House of Commons. Do I want the House of Commons to come together to have another look at it? Yes. Well, I think firstly, we got to acknowledge that the health service is not just on its knees, it's on its face. I think as we sit here today, there are 7.2 million.
And there you go. And the health service. But what made me laugh at that Keir Starmer interview, right, it's going on about transparency. And then he says about an exception. He says they should be an exception, you know. So you can hide your fucking money. You know, what a complete twat he is, isn't he? It's all right, Michael. You know, I don't come on much now because, like, I'm on the dole. I always like to be transparent. And if I make any money out of this YouTube, if I make a penny, you know, because I'm on the dole, some twat, and it's true, some twat with a bald headed or a woman who's got a gob like fucking almighty will grass me up to this social shit. They'll grass me up to the social, won't they? I'm getting you back, you fucking four eyes, fucking toothless cunt. I'm getting you back. So I don't come on no more because I don't need it. I don't need, like, but that's what they'll do because they've got sad, sorry, little lives. It's like ghost hunting. No. You can watch their videos and you'll never ever fucking see a ghost. You can watch Tony Ferguson. You can watch Paranormal Voice. You can watch Chris Hunt. And you'll see a ghost. But you watch that little fat, bald-headed, with the gobshite mouth of his missus, and you'll see fuck all. You know. But them pair of cunts, which they are, would love, because I'm on the dole now, they will report you. They've reported lots of people. They're just snakes in the fucking grass. They are snakes in the grass. So if I just come on now and again and they report me, fair enough. But I'm not making any money, so I can say I'm not making no money. This is my choice. It's free speech. You know, because I think you're a bald-headed fucking wanker, which you are, that wants to rip people off and say, "Ooh, there's a ghost." And there's more ghosts in my fucking bedroom than there is in your fucking entire fucking catalogue of fucking ghost hunting. Hey, I've got more ghosts in my bathroom and my bedroom than you have in your category of fucking ghost hunting. But don't start me off with them two. Oh, I hate them. Well, you shouldn't say hate, should you? I dislike them. That's what I should say. I dislike them. But like I say, let's get back onto this government shite, because this is what I'm passionate about. I really am passionate about it. You got Keir Starmer talking about he tried to make changes, and then he says, "Oh, I forgot what he says." Let's think about. Oh yeah, under circumstances. So everybody should be truthful until some circumstances. In other words, it's what he's saying is, fuck off. I ain't gonna let no one know, because under some circumstances they can hide it. If you're gonna be truthful, fucking Starmer, be fucking truthful. But it's all a load of bollocks, isn't it? Politics. The NHS. We say we're importing more people, we're importing more doctors, more nurses. Yeah, for one nurse, you import, she brings fucking 20 families, you know, her family. So you can come, love, and bring 20 members of your family Where the fucking help is that for the NHS? That's 20 more people, 20 more people. Don't take a fucking rocket science, does it? No wonder why the NHS is fucking struggling. We're gonna get more nurses. We're gonna get more doctors from abroad. Yeah, you do. But they bring 20 more fucking people over, don't they? 15, 8. Do the maths. I don't know. You do the maths. But he brings his wife, his 40 kids, his mum and dad, his brothers and sisters. I don't know. It don't make sense to me. And then they make it out. It's our fucking... Well, it ain't our fault. It's their fault because, like I said, they're going about the Windrush now. They brought them over because people like me, people like you, we wouldn't sweep the roads, we wouldn't do this, we wouldn't do that in the fucking 60s or the 50s or whatever. It's too good for me to I'll sweep the fucking roads now. I need a job. I'll sweep the bedroom out. But at that time, that's why they brought all these Jamaicans in. And I think some of you should watch, I don't know his name, History Debunk or something his name is. And it was on about white slavery. And people call him a racist because it does go on about a lot of black people with knife crime and this and that. And he does go on about blacks. Hello, Tony. Which I think, yeah, it is a bit, I think he is a bit racist or whatever. But it tells you the history of everything. And he backs it up and he'll say, I'll put it here, I'll put it there, I'll do it. But it's true what he's saying. Whether his motive, I think, is racist, but that's my opinion. I won't slag him off because, he's a... Yeah, History Debunked. I'll go and find him in a minute. Let me go and have a look. I've forgotten how to do all this bloody shite on. So I can spell it. It's or Debunk. Yeah, that's it. I've got him. There he is. Oh. Let me copy that. Let me go here. Let me post it here. Let me paste it. Right, there he is. Go and listen to him. He's more educated than I am. He's written a load of books. Well, apparently he has. But if you believe in free speech, there's him, there's Katie Hopkins, there's Jim Davidson. There's loads of people like now on about free speech, like me. I'm not very good at it. I just say what I'm going to say and I don't give a damn. Like I said, they can put me in prison. Doing me a favour to put me in prison because I don't have to pay my rent. When I come out, they're going to give me another flat, ain't they? They're giving me 3 meals a day. They're giving me a job throwing mailbags. So I'm all right. I'm not going to be frightened of prison. I'm more frightened of living outside. Hey? Like I say, they make hooch in prison, don't they? I'll get some of that for free. When I win the lottery, Tony, if I could just win the lottery. But I really want to get back into it. Yeah, I do. I really want to get back into ghost hunting. I watched John and Lindsay the other night and thought I could have gone with them. Problem with me, I just love the drink. I'm sorry to say it, but I do. I just love the drink. My best friend encourages me to do what I want to go ghost hunting, and he wants to go to the pub. And because he's my best friend, I can't let him down. And that's how I feel at the moment. And we do argue, and I do tell him to F. You know what I mean? I do tell him sometimes. And it's funny you should say about the ghost hunting, because I was thinking about you, and I was thinking about Chris Hunt, and I was thinking about all these people that I know, and I mean genuine ghost hunters. I don't mean like Proving Demons, Gobs of Britain. I'm on about proper. Well, why don't you ever get recognition like you do on the papers and whatever? But why don't you ever make it on YouTube? It's like me in this flat, look. I've got this light here that I put on. You're not seeing orbs flying all over the place. But when I go to bed and I turn all these lights out, I hear sounds. And I can hear like this. I don't know if you can hear that, me knocking. I can hear knocking sounds. I can hear footsteps. But I've never seen one orb. One, like, not like a feather orb. I've never seen any of that. But I hear voices. And I wondered if I brought him from my house. From when I used to live in my house, I wondered if I brought him in here. And I think, no, what a load of bollocks. I don't know. He won't go on a ghost hunt. He's scared. But I did see, is it Shrewsbury? Is it Shrewsbury? The, what you call it? The prison in Shrewsbury. If you can get a team of 6 together, they're going to charge you 200 quid from 6 a.m. till 3 a.m. And I thought, well, that's quite good. And this is what pissing me off with Felix in Derby. Richard Felix, when he charges 500 quid for his, and it's no bigger than this fucking flat. No bigger than this fucking flat, that Richard Felix place. And he's just ripping you off. And I think that's another thing that I hate about ghost hunting. Because people like us are passionate, but we just get ripped off. They're charging us over the earth to investigate something. And we're not guaranteed to see anything. And it really does piss me off. Hello, Yo-Yo. Yes. You see, I love guitar music. I love the blues. You know, my favourite band is the Doors. I love the Rolling Stones and whatever. But I do love live music. And the pub I went to tonight showing the music, when I moved into this flat, I went to that pub because it's the local. And I said to him, you should do this, you should do. And then he buggered off, he left because he was from Nottingham also. And then the landlord that's took it over now, he thinks me and Clive are great. That's what it is, Tony. They just overcharge. And they kill the passion. They kill that passion. Because we can't afford that. And especially now, you know, especially now, we've got, well, it ain't a recession because I've seen more jobs. If I want a job tomorrow, well, I can't get one because I ain't got a CV. So I've got to make one. But if you've got a CV or whatever, you can go to an agency and whatever, you can get a job. And if they like you, they'll probably take you on full time. But these people, they just want your money. And I'm not gonna. I wouldn't mind paying 200 quid because I think that's about right. You know, for 6 people. You know, that is a good deal. Because what is it? Nearly 30 quid a person. But sadly, you know, these people think like they can rip us off. Like they rip you off with equipment. I've heard about loads of people ripping other people off with equipment. You pay up front for this equipment and they don't give it you. You've got psychic mediums that look at your Facebook or look at your profiles and then give you a reading, and it's all a load of bollocks. You know, I would like to be true. When I go on a ghost hunt, I would say what I feel. And most of the time, I don't feel anything. And some of the time, like when I was with Nanny Lynn, I just touched the wall. I just went like that on a wall and touched it. And I just said to Nanny Lynn, I've done some multiplications in here because I didn't know what it was. And she went, well, not really. And then she went, they'll turn it into this and that. And I went, well, obviously then they've done some multiplications. And she went, well, yeah. You know, but that's what I do. I just go on my feelings. There's always a pay-per-view coming up soon. 45 quid to watch. You see what I mean? It is big money. And I think I don't want to be a part of that anymore. I really do. I just don't want to be a part of it anymore. If I'm going to do it, I'm doing it for me only. If I go out, which I really want to, I do really want to go out and I'll take my equipment and I'll just do it for me. Let me get rid of that stupid. You see, you can keep blocking these, and then they still come up. 45 quid for pay-per-view. You know, I have met some lovely people I met Patricia from Chesterfield with her two lovely kids. Her husband died. And I did say to John and Lindsay, because she says something about a fridge and something about a kitchen. And I went, do you mind if I come up and do it? And I still haven't done it. But I've really got to. I've really got to do it. But I'm going to do it because I want to do it. Not to put on YouTube, which I probably would. I would put it on YouTube because that's just me anyway. But I'm doing it because I want to do it. I'm not doing it for anything else, but for me. And if I catch nothing, I'll still put it up on YouTube. But I am still passionate, but I just get pissed off with, like you say, £45 for pay-per-view, 500 quid to go here, to go there, to just see a ghost that you're never going to see. And Tony is a bit like Chris Hunt. I think they've got a spirit around them that I don't know if it's a family member because I'm not psychic, but they've got somebody around them. So when they go ghost hunting, it comes out and they bring other spirits out because whatever around Tony or Chris or a couple of other people that I've seen that are genuine, spirit comes out because they are genuine. And you do see a lot of stuff. And they don't use apps. They don't use this or that. But I do like watching Tony and a few others. I like watching Jane. I think Jane's great. And I reckon you ought to work with her, Tony. Go to that Bob, is it? Bodmin jail in Cornwall. And go with Jane. Because she's a lovely woman. Well, you'll have to push her around now in a wheelchair. Sorry, Jane, for taking the mickey, but that's just me. But she's a lovely person. And she's passionate. And it's what I like about Jane also. When she got disillusioned with the spirit box, because she was really into the spirit box. And somebody put it into her mind and said, oh, it's all paraphernalia or whatever. And she just give it up like that. She give it up. And she couldn't do it anymore because somebody had put it into her head. Ghosts can't communicate through this But what do we know? We don't know anything. We really don't know anything. Sam made me this box and it had never worked for me. Never. Until I went to Sheffield, the fire and police station. And then I went into the police station bit and I could feel something. I really could feel something. So I put it on, I turned it on, and within 45 seconds it went off. It just went off on its own accord. And it had never worked before. I've took it on investigations and it's never worked. I've tried it in my house, it's never worked. But I just took it to this one place, the police and science mate, and Yo-Yo were there with her partner. There was quite a few people there, and it worked. It went off for no reason. And I've listened to the history of it, and there was supposed to be like this violent prisoner. But the feelings I got, it was a policeman, or maybe not a police, because it was a police place, but it was more of a jailer, where he looked into all the cells, and there was only about 6 cells, and that was it, the 6 cells. But that's what I got. The impression I got, it was a jailer looking into the cells, like all the doors are shut, you know. But that's the impression. And I was speaking to Lindsay, and she was talking to like the bloke who looks after the building. And I said to Lindsay about, I think it's the police. And she went, wow, he's just been talking about that. So like, I am passionate. What I do, I am passionate. Anyway, I'm going now. I'm going to get something to eat because I've had no to eat all day. I'm going to watch an old black and white film because I'm into spy movies now. I'm into the old spy movies. And I'm going to try to come on more often. I saw Tony on TV recently. I tell you what, forget all them stupid fucking YouTube videos and like, well, I can't say that because Tony is on YouTube, Facebook, and that. But in my books, when I first started doing this, I thought Jane was number 1 because she was very good. And then I started watching Tony. I just just stumbled on him like I did with Chris Hunt and Jane. But I just love people that are passionate of what they do, and they don't do it for YouTube. They just put it on YouTube for people like me, for people like you, to make your minds up. They don't say, believe me, or they don't get into the drama. That's what the YouTube bit is about. When you can say to Tony, I don't believe that, Tony. And then Tony will say, well, fair enough, you don't want to believe it. I'm just showing you what I'm showing you. It's up to you if you believe it or not. But they don't turn around and say to you, well, you can go and fuck yourself, mate. Go and jump in the fucking boiling fucking bath, or go and chuck yourself in a bath like John 6 Cents, Gobs of Britain. They've all done it all. They've all like insulted people that say, I don't believe that. And the people that are honest, like Tony, like Jane, like Chris, and I could name a few other people, they don't get into that drama. They just don't get into that drama. And why don't they get into that drama? Because they're not bothered what you say. They're showing you what they've caught, and it's up to you to make your own mind up. They're not doing it for drama. They're doing it because they believe what they've captured is true. It's got nothing to do with like how many views you get and this and that. And this is why I love if I see a person that I feel passionate about, then I'll pass him on to you or her, and I'll say, this is a brilliant team, or, you know, it's like me, Lindsay, and John. And I've got to get back out of them soon, which I really have. But it's true. You know, like Tony and all, they're not into that drama. They're showing you something that's real. And if you don't believe it, and you write something like, they ain't going to come back and tell you you're a cunt, or like John Six said, you're a fucking knob, or paranormal uncovered. Oh, you're homophobic, you know, because I'm gay, you don't believe me. You know, and that's what they come out with. Well, a load of bollocks. Anyway, I'm off. So I do thank you all for watching me. Have a very good night. And I'm going to try to make some very interesting videos. Probably not on ghosts, but other stuff that I'm passionate about. But I really thank you from the bottom of my heart for watching me, supporting me, and keep coming back when I say I'm leaving it now. You know, I love you all. I do thank you all, and thank you.